Let's see. The first game that was just steamrolled by Spoink, to be honest. The second one from Shelty, it looked really well for him. Looked really damn well for him. That's a funny spawn of the map on the left. The white wild hills and such are on Ghost Lake. And what were actually the gods? Zeus and Thor. Oh my god. Ah, this is probably going to be Spank. Boink, Spank. Oh man, this is going to be no man omen. I'm fairly certain about it. It should be seen. I would be expecting from Shelty faster heroic to counter restoration. Let's see if I'm going to be right. That's usually what high level Thors do. At the same time though, Shelty is going to be playing his main god, more or less. I don't actually remember if his main is Loki or Thor, but it's Norse nonetheless. He knows how to play both of them, and there's going to be a lot of piggies, definitely nice start, going to be helping both of these players. And gold mines, one of them in here. Okay, that seems like quite alright. Where is actually the second? Oh well, is it he's actually missing the second gold mine, or is it somewhere about here? This gold mine is not safe. This one, god damn it, I'm just confused by the Thor mine. But actually on the old Ghost Lake, maybe even on this balance patch, it's just some spawns. You get 2 gold mines. I at least remember these kinds of maps. Maybe it's been removed on the new Wobbly balance patch. I'm not exactly sure right now. But I distinctly remember that some Ghost Lakes actually spawn with 2 little gold mines. Maybe it was just the old map. I've also been casting a lot of old maps, so I'm kinda confused what's new, what's not sometimes. But let's have a look on the game yet again. So the gold mines are kinda okay. Of course, much better for Spoink, as it's better for him for defense. Not really all that great from Shelty, but since Shelty should be the one applying pressure and probably defending also at the same time, let's see how this is going to evolve. If Shelty is going for faster heroic, for flaming weapons to counter against the restoration that is gonna come from the Zeus, then he will be under heavy attack, and this forward position of gold is going to be pretty horrible for him, and the game might be really short. Because so far we are not seeing anything interesting for Shelty at the back, just discovering hunt, which is definitely gonna help, another hunt in the middle. That's probably going to be the second one he's gonna go to, as he doesn't see anything on the right. I think he was scouting here. This wasn't from the red. The red is just now entering the right side of the map, and he's also looking at quite a lot of gold right next to the relic for gold. And since there is not a town center, yeah, there definitely isn't a town center. That's really sucky for Shelty. This is a very bad spawn for him, because not only doesn't have any kind of gold, his town centers are on a map, on a side of the map that is not really going to be all that important, because of course Spoink is probably gonna aim for the right in, so he cannot even help himself for the defense. And to basically top it off, the front EC of Spoink on the left side is basically having both gold mines on itself. So this is really, oh man, I'm really feeling sorry for Shelty. Having to face Zeus on such a map with front gold. Well, yeah, he's at least reacting to this correctly, as he's trying to basically make some creative walling to give himself a bit of space to help defend this kind of gold mine, because this is literally the only gold mine that he will be able to get it from for the majority of the game. He potentially can have something in here, maybe in the darkness. Not. So yeah, as soon as he runs out of this gold, and if he doesn't have his opponent by the throat, he's going to be pretty much toast. And you can see that Spoink is feeling so super comfortable because he's already getting quite far away at 4 minutes. So they should be already advancing, both of them. Athena Freya, of course, because coming up from Shelty. He is feeling quite comfortable, and he right now knows that there's probably going to be another hunt of Caribous in the darkness because of this one solitary dude. I'll be guessing that there is going to be one. He's just now having a look if it's true, or if it's just... actually, he's already going for Archer and Military Academy. And yeah, he is going Athena Rush, basically old style. Yeah, this is the old style that we used to play back in the game. back in the day. Right now he was checking for the hunt. One military academy, one archery range, as nowadays you see players often use just 2 military academies and just go full Athena Rush with just hoplites, which I think is not really a good idea overall. Exactly understanding why players do that, because the strength of Athena Rush is in the fact that Toxotes are basically one of the strongest unit in Classical Age, and once you get a critical mass, you are absolutely invincible, and since you are the one applying pressure and killing enemy units and economy, you should be getting there if you play it correctly, and as a Zeus against a Norse, you should be the one applying the tempo, dictating the tempo. If you aren't, then you are doing something wrong. That's first notice there. And if you are, then you should be really getting into the situation. Oh, come on, getting housed. He's actually totally unaware that he's housed. Well, such a misplay. Just now seeing it in what the trouble he is. And this is actually a pretty huge help to Shelty. Like a huge help, because this is like half a minute, maybe even more than that. 40 seconds without making army. And if Shelty is gonna go for faster heroic, then this is exactly the time that he needs. Okay, so right now Spoink is basically handicapping himself, and we might be in for a very interesting game because of this mistake. That's a very crucial mistake, because it's all about timing with the Athena Rush. Gonna see some interesting upgrades coming up. Not yet. First player not having the resources yet. Definitely could be going for towers. And, oh, ooh. Building, or rather making the research in not the back tower. Not ideal. At the same time, it's defended enough with the houses that it's not going to be mattering, but bad habit, don't learn this. It can be a pretty big disaster with temple being right now dropped, and it's not like it matters, because usually the Norse are not making all that many mythical units, but at the same time, those are exactly the ones that are problematic, and the reason why Loki is the most difficult to deal with when you are Athena rushing. So far, Spoink is doing this quite alright. It wasn't for the mishap with the houses, you would be having like 2-3 units extras. And well, tower is going to be down, with ball being used in the defense against a bit of Radiant against the Valkyrie. Basically means that Shelty needs to go home, and of course, this is exactly what I'm talking about. There was a threat on RTS-Sanctuary about Athena rushing, with some wild ideas that as a Norse you should be raiding, and that is going to be winning you a game. I mean, what the hell? If you as a Zeus are raided by a Norse when you are Athena rushing, then you are doing it horribly wrong. This is exactly what should be happening. You're basically knocking on the door of your opponent and forcing him to come back. He just cannot have time to raid you if you are doing it properly. It's all about if you are able to keep your units alive for long enough for correct restoration and not make any kind of mistake like let them run under too much fire. Oh, a lot of items by Shelty. And yeah, this is exactly right now very well played by Spoink, even though he should be exactly here, switching the Toxotes onto the dwarves, and this is aiming for really a very short game, because I'm not exactly sure what Shelty could be doing against this, as he's not even aiming for the faster heroic all that much. Lightning might be thinking about it, but I don't think he can actually manage. And it's right now going to be raided by Shelty, but well, this should result in a very easy fight right next to the town center, as he's having already 8 hoplites. But, interestingly enough, Spoink is not going for second military academy, second archery range. And he's not having even the economy for that, apparently, because he's probably missing hand axe pickaxe. Yes, you need hand axe and pickaxe for the second ones. But he's having enough army right now, and I'm fairly certain that once he gets... Oh yeah, this is nicely caught up. Nicely played. He's going to be well into the fight for the town center, and... Oh yeah, that's kind of sucky for the hits on the Minotaur. But I would maybe, as a Shelty, try to build some extra towers. Because if you can get like 2 extra towers behind the TC, you will be making it very difficult for the hoplites to take it down, even with the restoration, especially since on the balance page the restoration is just how many seconds? Like 5, or simply shorter by a significant amount. And the hoplites, it's not like they are super strong against shooting of the tower and the TC in big numbers. So yeah, that could be some kind of idea, but definitely Spoink is right now losing steam because he's not having even mediums yet, just medium toxos. He definitely needs medium hoplites for the fight. As he's right now fighting right next to the gold and right next to the berries. And, well, extra berries in here. And, oh yeah, Shelty is right now finally developing into the left. So it seems like that he is going to be getting lucky. And Spoink seems to be kind of unable to actually close this game up, which is really kind of curious, but he definitely seems to be aiming for it. 14 hoplites. Are we looking at medium? Oh. Oh, he should definitely be going for mediums. He does have the resources if he cancels this hoplit. But he's having auto Q and he's not noticing. He definitely could be investing into mediums, and that would be a pretty big difference. The mediums are like 10% of all attack, defense, oh no, defense probably not, attack and hit points definitely. Can play pretty big difference, and it will be helping a lot, as we are looking at pretty decent amount of throwing axemen, which is also quite nice idea to defend against the attack that is going to come right now. Resources, interesting enough. Oh well, yeah. Right now, actually you can see right now the importance of taking down the temple, because Shelty is having 800 food and he's having 40th favor. He could have made like 3-4 Valkyries for that, and they would be making a ton of difference in the fight. And right now this is very well played, because he's of course having enough resources, or rather enough army ready. And that resulted from the fact that Spoink actually didn't have enough units when he should have had enough units to go for the town center right after he finished with the tower. And that usually have enough units when you are having two military buildings. And of course, I'm fairly certain that the mishap with the house also caused him a much better situation, because he would have had much better fights, and maybe, just maybe, that would have been exactly what it would have taken. But nonetheless, we are looking at GG, as Shelty is thinking that he is basically out of anything resembling any kind of fight, because he basically was out of any kind of gold. He didn't have any kind of map control. The army was dwindling. So yeah, that was the decision for him. I get him, it cannot really now anymore. And the reason why he decided to call it a quits, because he was just spent to defend against this onslaught, and the second wave would be basically out of his power altogether. So maybe slightly surprising, but it ended in the expected way, to be honest. So Shelty, Mythology and improvements. Yeah, well, unfortunately didn't really matter for him all that much. Difference in the echo, not all that huge. Slightly better for Spoink, but really nothing all that game changing. But the military count, of course, much higher for Spoink, and that definitely helped. It definitely helped. Well, GG.